Hey, what's up, you guys? Buddy Jacob here to bring you my weekly review of the CW's The 100. This week we've seen Season 3, Episode 11, which is called Nevermore. And I feel like a broken record every week. I say another damn good episode, another really good, pretty good episode. The 100 is just an amazing show all around. And this episode, at first, I thought it was going to be a little bit of a lesser one, if there ever is one of this show, but turned out to be just another really good one. Shocker, right? My expectations are now at a new level for the show, no question. And this is, like I said, another good episode. There wasn't as much necessarily action-wise, even though we did get like a pretty significant moment with that, which I'll talk about later. But this is more about the A.I.E, what's going on with that. Of course, them trying to, the main purpose, the main point of this episode is them trying to help Raven, who is under control by A.L.I.E. So there's a lot of drama, and there's a lot of really good acting scenes sprinkled out throughout this episode, but really the performance I want to emphasize in this episode was definitely Lindsey Morgan as Raven. Even though it wasn't Raven in her right mind, I still thought it was really cool to see her act out just a much more sinister and just personally verbally vicious side to her. And I think Lindsey Morgan did really well with that acting wise. I thought it was just really intense, and I just really enjoyed the scenes regarding that, especially when she went after Jasper and Bellamy in particular. We'll talk a little bit more about that later in the review. Of course, it takes place, pretty quickly after, last week's episode. And, he had Octavia and Bellamy. Bellamy's still trying to sort of apologize to her. He's still trying to sort of get back on his sister's good side. Or I don't know, he's probably not really expecting that at this point, but Octavia basically ends up telling Bellamy that the only way, he could prove that he's on their side is by bringing Lincoln back. And, of course, I understand where Octavia is coming from, and Bellamy definitely does hold some of the blame for things going as far as they did with Pike, and, well, really, it's just the idea that Bellamy definitely could have had a huge hand in stopping Pike had he seen the way he was going about things were wrong a little bit sooner. And another question throughout this episode was, or something that was actually addressed in last week's episode, was the idea that Bellamy only turned on Pike for the sake of his sister, not because he actually fully disagreed with how he's going about things. And so that still makes certain characters a little bit more questionable towards Bellamy still. And, I get it, but at the same time, I still do like Bellamy. I do kind of see his side of things, too. Even though I think, like a lot of people, it could have been done a little bit better with, him aligning with Pike earlier this season. I'm glad that's done with, though. Of course, Jasper and Clarke also arrive with Raven, like I said, kind of leading to the main plot of this episode. And I forget this girl's name, but they basically end up, if you guys remember, at the very beginning of Season 3, Clarke was hiding with this almost grounder type girl who is, sort of served as a supply, middleman type of thing. Or not really middleman, but, this is basically a trading post, really. And we see that girl again, and they actually are able to hide with her in her little area again. So I thought that was pretty cool, a pretty cool tie back. And I apologize if I'm stuttering and rambling and just tripping over my own wording. I do that a little bit often. You guys may also notice that I do have a new poster right over there, the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice poster. And hopefully within the next couple weeks I will be getting a Penny Dreadful poster to go over there. Of course the 100 one's going to be staying there, don't worry about that. But I'm going to be moving the 100 one a little bit higher up, probably more so around there. And then my Penny Dreadful, Vanessa Ives, or Eva Green poster will probably be closer to like there or so, and I think that's gonna look really cool. Penny Dreadful and The 100 are definitely two of my favorite shows out there right now. Anyway, back to the point of this video. Let's see. Of course, A.L.I.E, you know, she's still in Raven's head, trying to get her to, you know, just look around, you know, like look at every single detail of where the group brought her to, you know, say like a landmark or like any significant point of like the area around her, to give her like an idea where she could send, you know, either people that are under her control as well, or you know, besides Raven, or as we've seen a little bit later, one of her drones. But they're able to get Raven inside and, you know, kind of inject her with something to calm her down before she's able to do that. And again with Raven this episode, just again really good performance by Lindsey Morgan. And it was really brutal, you know, when Raven's trying to get free. And I feel weird calling her Raven because it's not Raven, you know, it's basically the AI or A.L.I.E in Raven's body. But still, you know, Raven trying to get free, and she dislocates herself, you know. They can't feel pain in the City of Light, but it's still brutal to see that part where her shoulder just, you know, I don't know. I thought it looked pretty, you know, interesting. As always, I do have my notes, if you guys didn't, you know, assume that already. Let's see. Of course, Jasper, you know, he's still pissed at Clarke, you know, over... Not now. Not now, Mom. Excuse me for a second, guys.
I just wanted to say goodnight real quick.
I said not now, please.
Oh, okay. Good night. I love you. Oh, okay. Night.
Yeah. Yes, I still live with my parents. You guys know that by now. I'm only 19 though, so it's not that pathetic yet. But yeah, it is good set up here. Just a lot of people living here. Okay, anyway. Apologize for that again, but you guys know the drill with that stuff. Let's see what else. I somehow lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, I was talking about Jasper, you know, still being pissed at Clarke over, you know, what she did at the end of season 2 with Mount Weather and stuff. Mainly regarding the death of Maya, you know, who's the girl, you know, who sort of became his love interest while he was staying there. And, you know, Jasper, all season I've been a little bit, you know, annoyed with him. You know, I understand where he's coming from. I understand his anger and his grief and things like that, but I don't know. It's like he just completely fails over and over to see the bigger picture of why they had to do that, you know. It was still a difficult decision. I'm sure one both Clarke and Bellamy would love to take back. But at the same time, you know, there was a logical, you know, bigger picture, you know, the many against the few they don't know quite as well, so it's kind of like that. But Jasper just fails to, you know, see that type of thing. And again, I get it, but he's a little bit better than he was earlier this season. You know, at least he's actually helping, you know, the other characters and stuff, so that's something at least. But let's see. You know, like I said, one of the best scenes throughout the episodes were, you know, A.L.I.E, of course, controlling Raven. So it's basically Raven just completely verbally torturing, you know, characters like Clarke, Bellamy, and Jasper. And, you know, as she taunted Clarke and just sort of, you know, just completely put all these thoughts in her head just to get her pissed off because the AI was just trying to get Raven killed, really, with this. As we find out later, Raven knows a little bit of a secret that A.L.I.E doesn't necessarily want to be in our group's knowledge, and so she wanted Raven dead here, and she's trying to egg a bunch of the other, you know, members of the group on. And of course, she has Raven in her mind, you know, sort of, you know, jam the ideas in Clarke's head that, you know, it's all her fault that Finn died, that her dad died, you know, with what happened. You know, it's a, you know, a bunch of other characters that were close to her. You know, she even says, you know, I bet even you had something to do with Lexa dying too, right? And, these are all probably, thoughts that Clarke has had to herself, even if it wasn't entirely her fault every time. She still probably blamed herself, so she's just, like, really striking at, nerves, and, especially mentioning Lexa and her father, that just really, cut to the core of Clarke, and, it was really good, a really good scene, but at the same time terrible, you know what I mean? Let's see. Octavia and Monty go out to retrieve this, I forget what it's called, but something it would need to sort of do the EMP thing that Raven was planning on before she is taking over. So Octavia and Monty head out to, the dropship, to retrieve that, and Monty tries to remind Octavia that she does belong somewhere, she's still part of the 100, but Octavia basically just reiterates that, she doesn't belong anywhere anymore, she's not with anyone anymore. And we get a scene of Clarke telling Jasper, she's sorry, she never wanted to hurt Maya, she never wanted to do any of that, she tears up. And Jasper basically ends up telling her to shove your regret up your ass. Damn. He's just cold as fuck. And again, I get his position, I get his perspective, at the same time, just think about her perspective for a second, or anyone else's, almost like the way Raven or A.L.I.E ran him down a little bit later, talking about how, I don't want to say he's acting pathetic, because again, I get his perspective, I understand it, but just how A.L.I.E tells him later that we've all lost people, and none of us are completely spiraled out of control like he is. They're still in the right mind and not just making a whirlwind all around him. They said a lot better than that, but I'm just butchering lines. But that's kind of like one of the ideas that A.L.I.E is trying to put into Jasper's head, and actually has some truth to it, I think. Again, I don't think I get it, but he doesn't need to be so damn harsh with Clarke, I don't think. We already talked about that. A.L.I.E, like I said, she must have got some kind of fix on where they were staying at, because she ends up sending Monty's mom, of course, who is also one of the ones that took the blue chip, and she tries to use Monty's mom to manipulate Monty, and saying, oh yeah, I got away from Arcadia, I'm here to be with you because I love you, but it's really just to figure out where where their hideout was, because of course they knew where the dropship was, so that's how Monty's mom was able to find them. But this scene got a lot more intense than I thought it would, a lot more emotional than I thought it would, because once they sort of start figuring it out, she ends up trying to force Monty to take this chip, and Monty refuses, and A.L.I.E makes Monty's mom beat him, hit him a few times. Octavia shows up and tries to, her and Monty's mom fight a little bit, and it looks like Monty's mom is actually about to slice Octavia's neck, and that forces Monty to shoot and kill his mom's body. It is his mom, but, she wasn't in her right head, of course, and just actually pretty good acting from the guy who plays Monty, I thought. They haven't given him a lot of time on the show, but this is probably one of his biggest scenes of the whole series, no question. Let me just see if I can look up the actor's name. I feel bad that I don't know him offhand. Let's see, just give me a second, guys. Oh yeah, Christopher Larkin. Really good performance by him in this episode. I want to give props to him, Lindsey Morgan, and Eliza Taylor and Bob Morley, especially in this episode, all really turned in great acting performances, I thought. Let's see what else. St. Clair, he sort of talks about being worried about Raven, like worrying that there's going to be brain damage if they try this, and saying how she's one of the only things that he cares so much about that he has left. So that was a good scene too. I talked about how the way Raven ran down Jasper, and she talks about Bellamy and sort of just really brings out all his internal conflicts and stuff, which is again really intense, really verbally brutal. But Bellamy tells the girl, the girl who Clarke knew that they're staying with now at the trading post. Again, I forget her name. I apologize. Turns out that her father is one of the part of the Grounders group that was massacred by Pike. Bellamy tells the girl that he's sorry, and she just says people like him always are. The drone actually shows up. Of course, the AI trying to find him, and Bellamy shoots it down, which is, again, pretty cool. We did get some, it is some good action, with having Monty's mom and the drone. I thought that was pretty unique. We might see more of our group having to take on things like drones in the future. We'll see. Clarke has to stop Jasper from breaking. The thing that still kind of contains a part of Lexa and others in it. And let's see. Then she gets the idea that it's similar, to how they can help Raven. To what she's seen was taken out of the back of Lexa's neck, so she cuts the back of Raven's neck open, and the MP pulse thing actually works, and it kind of melts the thing, and it sort of like drifts out of the back of Raven's neck, which is pretty weird looking. Again, definitely more sci-fi-esque, the show has been lately. But it does actually work, and we get Raven back, which is awesome. I'm definitely glad they didn't kill her off too. I didn't really think they would after they just killed both Lexa and Lincoln, but still I was a little bit worried about her. But still good that Raven made it through this. Let's see. I can't even read what I wrote here. Oh yeah, and something else. This is earlier in the episode, but when they're first trying to calm Raven down and start to figure out how to help her, she kept on trying to get free, of course, and every time she'd punch Jasper, and Jasper says, "Why is it always me?" She just decks. I thought that was one of the funnier parts of the episode. Actually, it was really quick, but I got a good kick out of it, I thought, because Raven, she definitely knows how to throw a punch for sure. Definitely badass. Let's see. Did I write anything else here? Yeah. But like I said, we get Raven back, and we see A.L.I.E and Thelonious, Thelonious, who's still under control, talking. And like I said, Raven knows a secret that could actually be key to stopping A.L.I.E, and because apparently this second AI could actually go against her. And of course, A.L.I.E didn't want that to be public knowledge, of course, and A.L.I.E says they're going to have to kill them all. So it's about to get a lot more intense. And the previous or next week's episode, it just looks really intense, with the action that's going to be going on. It looks like really a little more secluded, and there's some kind of character trying to pick our heroes off and stuff. So it should be interesting. But yeah, those are my thoughts on episode 11 of season 3 of The 100 and Nevermore. Another really good episode. The show is always just fantastic. I just really love it to death. And yeah, so if you guys enjoyed this video, you can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and look for randswallowdead.com. Catch you guys next time, and peace.